Hi, welcome to Do Frownies Work? And are they a good alternative to Botox? And who are they for? Let's find out. Hi, and welcome to Clean Beauty Babe. I am Michelle Spieler, an over 25-year professional makeup artist. I switched to clean beauty in 2015 and then slowly started getting back into traditional makeup brands. And I revisited clean beauty a year ago, actually, right when quarantine 2020 happened. And I slowly started switching out all of my personal products for safer ingredients and my professional products, and decided to start a Clean Beauty Babe account on TikTok. And wow, has that been a wild ride. So then that encouraged me to teach more lengthy videos on YouTube because so many women were asking for more information. I used to Botox in my 30s. I lived in Los Angeles. I went to some of the top injectors in Beverly Hills who did all of the famous famous actresses and everyone. And so I loved it. I loved how I looked. You know, in your late 30s, you start becoming very, very aware that you are nearing 40 and you're getting older, and you kind of fear it a little bit. And so I started with just Botoxing my 11s, and then the next time in, they do your forehead, and then that's all smooth as a baby's bottom, and the 11s are gone, and then you go in and they're like, let me just do a tiny bit here and here for free. You don't have to pay for it. But that's how they get you, right? That's how pushers sell drugs. They give you a hit and then you come back for more. So then I started doing my eyes. And before I knew it, at the end of 3 years, I looked back on pictures of myself and my whole face was frozen except for my mouth. So everything was just like completely frozen. Like my eyes, you know, I like my smiley eyes. That's one of the things I really like. I'm very full of expression. My mom had a lot of expression. People have always asked me, were you ever an actress, or did you ever try to be an actress? And I'm like, no, I've never wanted to be in front of the camera. That's why I'm a makeup artist. But it's because I have so much expression and I'm very dramatic. I use my face, I use my hands. And so I would look back on these photos of myself where my whole upper face was Botoxed and I didn't recognize myself. I just looked like a mannequin. Yeah, I was all pulled in tight and plasticky looking, but then I had this sweet smile and nothing smiled up here. And so you look at it and you're like you can't quite put a finger on it, but you're like, something's not right here. So I really started becoming very aware because I was on TikTok now almost every day and growing my Instagram and doing more YouTube. And anytime you are on the camera all the time, you're gonna focus on your flaws. I don't care who you are. And I don't mind my crinkles. You know, I don't use any filters on my YouTube videos, and I have used some filters lightly, like 5%, 5 to 10% only on Instagram in previous years. I started doing TikToks in beauty mode, but I didn't use any filters. And now I've turned off beauty mode. I don't use filters. I really want women to see what 53 looks like, okay? So, you know, I have pores. You know, my parenthesis lines are here. My face fell in October, but that's an topic for another time. You know, I've got the eyes sinking in my head, so I have the dents, but when I'm like this, you know, when you have good light, it looks great. I have not only 11s, look, I have 111s, and I'm not forcing that to happen. Most women have 2 lines called the 11s. I have 3, and I blame my husband for that. And, you know, I have plenty of lines in my forehead. And so I started becoming very, very aware of it. And what I don't like the most, I don't mind most of the wrinkles. I hate this sag, but again, that's a topic for another time. I can't stand these deep lines, and they're very noticeable in person. And so I started kind of researching a little bit, like, do I want to go back to Botox? Do I not? You know, I was kind of going there. And I'm not against injectables. I'm not against surgery. I plan on getting all of this pulled someday, and I'll take you all along for the ride. I think for my birthday this July, I'm getting under eye fillers. I'll take you along for the ride. I'm not against any of that as long as it's done well and you just look rested and fresh, but not pulled tight or frozen. And what happened was the company Frownies started coming up into my TikTok feeds. And I was like, oh, I remember Frownies. I'm from Los Angeles, California. I remember my mom making jokes about Frownies. I remember movie stars talking about Frownies. I remember seeing Frownies growing up. We had a kind of bougie food and drug store literally called Food and Drug, and it was really like high-end, expensive, like a tiny supermarket, really expensive with a really upscale pharmacy side. They always had Frownies. You would see Frownies when you went into certain pharmacies in Hollywood or Laguna Beach or Newport Beach, any bougie, well-to-do area, you would see Frownies, and it's because they work. So I decided to buy a box, okay? They did not give these to me. They have not sent me anything for free, and I bought my first box. And what they are is they were actually designed in the late 1800s. What I love about the Frownies family is they are 5 or 6 generations of women carrying on the Frownies legacy. And Helen is the great granddaughter of the creator from the 1800s. And Helen's been lovely with me. If I have questions, we're dialoguing back and forth on TikTok and Instagram, and she's been really lovely. So I did a quick TikTok video because I bought these and I couldn't wait to try them, and I wanted to document it because if I love something or if I can offer hacks or advice to those of you who also want to age naturally, I'm going to do it. So I did this TikTok video. I'm going to show you right now in case you're not on TikTok and haven't seen it, but it has over 500,000 views. I think it's over 600,000 views, and women were going crazy wanting to know about this. And so I'm going to show you that right now. Okay, so as you can see, that was my true live reaction. I put them on at night. I went to bed. I woke up in the morning. I sat right here, and it was morning, right? So you put them on at night, so the lighting's differently, obviously. And in the morning, I'm facing these big windows right here. In the morning, I peeled them off, and I mean, I was smooth as a baby's butt. But that only lasts for so long, because then you start talking and I'm very expressive and all my lines came back. They don't promise to paralyze your lines. They just kind of soften, they retrain your muscles. And what I learned is that on nights where I skipped them, I would like maybe take a photo of myself in bed, or I would feel my face, because I'm a side sleeper and that is the worst thing. And before you try to give me advice, I've tried every pillow system on the planet. I've tried everything I can think of, pillows under the knees, wedge pillows, this pillow, Tempur-Pedic, this type of pillow, side sleeper pillows. I've tried them all, and I still end up sleeping on my side because it's just more comfortable to me. And it causes a lot of lines in my chest. You guys know those. And it also causes because you know, now the face is looser, we have less elastin, we have less collagen, and so when I sleep on my side, what happens is this side falls, you know, because of gravity, and it makes all of this even deeper. And so how often are we in bed? A third of our life, right? You figure 7 to 8 hours a day we are in bed sleeping. At least I am. I love to get my sleep. And so a third of my life I spend basically on my side, and my face is collapsing one way or the other. And these lines were just getting deeper and deeper and deeper. And so for me, I committed to wearing these every night for a month to see if my muscles could be retrained, and to see if maybe it would just help with the you know, creasing when I would go to sleep. Also, if I would have nightmares, or if I was somehow stressed, you know, subconsciously, and then you wake up and your jaw's kind of achy because you've been clenching your teeth. Well, when you clench your teeth, this all clenches too. So these have been very, very helpful in keeping my forehead and my 11s flat while I sleep. So while it doesn't take all of your lines away, I mean, it's not going to take them away. They're already etched in. Like, you can see them. They're already, look, they're already etched in. They're there. But they are getting flatter. And when you take these off every morning, you almost feel, if you've never had Botox, I can only tell you is it's the weirdest feeling because you're literally paralyzed. So you can't move anything. It's almost like, I don't want to say it feels numb, but you just can't move anything. And so that's how it feels when you take the Frownies off. Now, real quick, let me show some of you guys. They come in little, do you see that? They come in little triangles, and these are actually my favorite. And so I will put triangles here and here and here, and it basically paralyzes all of this so that when I sleep, it holds it all flat. And even when I wake up in the morning, it looks great. And I'm hoping, you know, I've only been using these since probably early February, but I'm hoping that over time, or maybe January, but I'm hoping that over time, they will really make me more aware of how I'm moving my face. Because if you look at Helen, and she's only in her late 30s, but that's at the exact age I was when I started Botox. Helen has the smoothest forehead you have ever seen in your life. She's never had injections. Her mom, I think her mom is not much older than me. I'm 53. I think her mom is late 50s, maybe early 60s. Her mom is gorgeous. The woman has a forehead as smooth as a baby's butt, but they've been wearing these. This is generational in their family. They have been wearing these their entire life. You get a box of, you get a box of 144 patches. This is about $20. They have sales all the time. You can get them on Amazon, which is what I did because I wanted the Prime free shipping. They sell a rose activating spray that they recommend using with these, and I found that did not work well for me at all. It took way too much time fussing with these. What works best for me, do you see how this side is shiny and this side is like matte? It's literally like brown packaging tape. It's like brown packaging tape that we used many, many years ago in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. But the shiny side is a vegetable adhesive, so it's totally safe. It's non-toxic and safe. And what I like to do is I will take a little bit of warm water and put it on my finger. And I like warm because it tends to permeate the paper. And I'll coat this whole shiny area with warm water, and then I'll lay it flat. And when they start to curl like this, then you know it's time to put them on. You want them to be tacky, not super wet and slippery. And then I'll just put one right there. Then I put another one on top of it. And then I'll do one here and one here. And you can do as many or as few as you want. It doesn't matter. They also make this shape, and this shape is for the corners of the eyes and the mouth. And now it is absolutely, hear me out, absolutely never to go under the eye. Our under eye skin is so thin, and as we get older it gets loose and even thinner. Do not put it under here. It is for out here where your crow's feet are, right here, because what it does is it keeps, see, it's like Botox. It's gonna keep your eye from crunching because you're gonna have a patch right here. Okay, so it's for out here, it's for crow's feet. And then there's also ones for the corners of the mouth. So again, I'm a side sleeper, and if I put them right here, it's gonna kind of flatten those out. But I'll be honest, I don't love these as much. They bother me around the eyes. I don't like them around the mouth. They do make other types too that you can put up here. If you're getting those little tiny lines, I might get those. That's what I might get. I might get the little ones for around the mouth because, you know, if you do a straw or if you used to be a smoker, you have all those little tiny lines. That would be good because when I sleep on my side, or if I'm doing any type of like duck lip when I'm sleeping or anything, it wouldn't be bad to have a couple little patches right here just to kind of mellow out those fine lines. But I'm not a huge fan of the corner of the eyes and the mouth. Not a huge fan of those. I will not be buying those again. These I will buy again and again and again because I love them. And then I think I'm gonna get the ones for the lip lines, okay? So again, don't get the rose water spray. I find you have to fight too much with these, and if it takes too long to do, you're not gonna stick to it. But the warm water works great, and it really does stay in place all night long. Now, how do you layer this with skincare? These do not adhere to very moisturized skin, and I am a big skincare junkie, and I just switched to Curology for 3-4 nights a week, and I use my beauty counter on top of that, and then on my off nights I use my beauty counter, which is super, super emollient. And so what you want to do, if this is important to you, what you want to do is you want to do your skincare earlier in the night. Give it a good hour. Give it a good hour just to soak all in and get a little bit more dry, and then put these on and go to bed right before you go to bed. And then when you take them off in the morning, and hear me out, do not peel them off. Do not peel them right off, especially if you use any type of retinol, tretinoin, retin-A, acids, glycolic, lactic, any acids, salicylic. Do not pull these off. They are very sticky, and you do not want to lift off any dead skin cells or skin. So what I do in the morning while they're sticking, I will splash my face with warm water, or take a warm to hot washcloth and kind of hold them on there for a second, and then peel them off very carefully, okay? And they're not reusable. You'll just throw them in the trash, but you get 144 patches for about 20 bucks, okay? Now, I think that's everything. You can use them. I just saw Helen do a TikTok. You can use them with retinol. Again, trial and error. Everyone is different. What works for me might not work for you. What works for you might not work for me. But I do use retinol 3 to 4 nights a week, or tretinoin acid, and I still can use these patches. Again, I just wait till all my skincare is fully absorbed in before I put these on, and then I'm very careful in peeling them off the next morning, okay? Lastly, this is not going to reverse the signs of aging. So this is not a magic pill. And this is what I want to really stress right now. This is for maintaining where you currently are so you don't get worse, trying to retrain the muscles. But remember, I've only used it since January, so let's do an update in a year and see a difference. This is going to retrain my muscles, but I love how it looks in the morning, and I love that the first couple hours this feels slightly paralyzed. So I'm a little bit more conscious, a little bit more intentional with how I make facial expressions. This will help me when sleeping. It does, I know it does. It helps me when sleeping, because then, you know, when my face is all scrunched up, you know, this is holding it all in place. Okay, and we spend a third of our life in bed. So if you're under any kind of stress or tension, we're making faces when we sleep. We're side sleeping, we're smashing our face, we're tense, we're having a bad dream. These really do hold your face in place and retrain the muscles over time. So it's not gonna reverse aging, but it's gonna stop it where it's at. Hopefully, we'll see in a year. But I really am committed to these, and I really love them. Now, who is this really for? I would get this on your daughters, your granddaughters, ASAP. ASAP. As soon as I can get Gracie to start wearing these, I don't know if she will, that's who it's for. Because I remember when I started hearing about women who were in their early 20s starting to do Botox, I was like, oh my gosh, what is this world coming to? That is ridiculous. Women in their 20s don't need Botox. I thought it was irresponsible. I thought it was reckless of the dermatologists and plastic surgeons or injectors to do it. And now I understand why. When you can't etch these into your face, when you start Botoxing early, you never get these lines. You'll never get them. You'll never get all these lines because you're Botoxing, okay? So you'll never have lines on your face in your 50s when you start Botoxing in your 20s. Now, what are the long-term effects of Botox? We don't really know. Botox has only really been on the market since about 2003. I think I started getting it in 2004. It wasn't mainstream for a long time. Now I'm hearing that women in Europe are doing it, and women in Europe are nothing like Americans. They're very, very conservative. They believe in looking graceful and natural as they age. They're not into the whole pulled tight plastic surgery look of America. But when I started to hear that French women were getting injections, I was shocked. So Botox is not going anywhere. Dysport is not going anywhere. But when women start really, really young, they'll never get these lines etched in the face the way I did, the way you might have. We just don't know the long-term effects of putting botulism in your face. We don't. So if you can get these on younger women, if you can get these on your daughters and granddaughters, I mean, it takes 2 seconds to put them on. It doesn't take long at all. Then when they sleep, their muscles are staying flat. Then when they wake up, they're more aware of their facial muscles. Even if you listen to Helen says, you know, I'm just intentional with my facial expressions. I'm just very careful not to make a lot of movement up here. And I'm kind of enamored by that because I've always been super expressive. My mom was too. And so when people are not expressive, my friend Ashley says the same thing. She's like, I intentionally think about my expressions all day long and I try to not use this area too much. And I'm like, how? That blows my mind. But it's like it's almost like they're Jedis, like facial Jedis, and they can like train their muscles. I couldn't. I really love these and need these. But if you can get these on younger women, okay, and they commit to wearing these, they won't have lines in their 40s and 50s. If they do good skincare, they wear SPF, they wear these at night, they're not going to get these lines etched deeply into their face. They're not going to get it. So I think that this is a great product for younger women. If they can commit to this every night of their life, they're going to age so beautifully. And I wish I mean, these were around in my 20s and 30s. I just, you know, stupid, dumb, didn't think about them. Didn't know I could have used them. So anyway, that's what I wanted to talk about. I get asked almost every day. I get asked on one of my platforms about Frownies updates. Yes, I still use them. Yes, they work. Yes, they hold all my muscles in place while I sleep, so I'm not creating deeper muscles. Yes, I can use it with my tretinoin. I'm just very careful with removing them. Yes, I can use it with all my super emollient beauty counter, but I wait about an hour before putting these on. Only use warm water, remove super carefully. I'm going to say that 100 million times, remove super carefully. And we will see in a year if these have actually retrained my muscle. If they haven't retrained my muscle, then at least they are holding my muscles flat while I sleep. And that's important to me. And for 20 bucks a box for 144, these last a long time. Okay? I hope that helps. You can always go to frownies.com, look for sales, get on their mailing list. I could give you a code, but I'm not kidding you. Hundreds of women have used my code and it doesn't help me at all. It doesn't give me a discount. It doesn't get me free. So I'm not even going to give you a code. Just go to frownies.com. Get yourself a box or go to Amazon. Frownies sells to Amazon, so you're not getting some Chinese knockoff or you're not getting a product from 5 years ago. It is Frownies through Amazon. If you get Prime shipping, that's what I did. I love them. And so I'm not really telling you you have to have them, and I'm not telling you not to get them. It's really a personal choice. I really think everyone should at least try it once to see one box and see what they think. And if you can get your daughters and granddaughters on it, I mean, men too. Men care about their facial lines, but they do work. When you start young, they work the way Botox does, except we don't know the long-term effects of Botox, and this is just vegetable adhesive and a little bit of time every night. okay? You don't look real pretty in bed. I'm not going to lie about that, you know, but I've been married 26 years. My husband thinks it's hilarious that I wear these. Okay, I hope that helps. Let me know if you have any questions whatsoever. I just really owed everyone an update on the Frownies. I'm going to continue using them. You can continue reaching out and asking me for questions. Maybe I'll do a 6-month follow-up in the summer, or maybe I'll just wait a year to see if I really notice a difference. But at the very, very, very basic bottom line level, these hold me all in place, hold my muscles flat while I sleep, so I'm not doing further deepening to my 111s between my eyes because they drive me nuts. Okay, thanks for watching, and subscribe, please, if this helps you. It helps me to grow my channel, to help more women, and also to earn some income here on YouTube because, you know, my time is worth something. Bye for now.